In this video, we're going to talk about the biggest decommits and flips so far in 2026. Recruiting, the summer is when it really heats up, but there's been some major developments that we're going to talk about. But before we get going, guys, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. This is the On3 Recruit channel, the best recruiting channel on all of YouTube, and we want you guys to be a part of it. Go on, hit subscribe. All right. Let's start with one of the biggest decommitments so far. Some watching this right now may not know that Georgia already had a 5-star commitment in the 2026 cycle. Now, the year was 2024 when he committed, and he was only committed for about 6 or 7 months, but Jared Curtis was a commitment for Georgia. Yeah, the Dogs early on beat out Oregon, who's in it now, Ohio State, Alabama, USC, South Carolina for the 5-star, but he would only be committed for 6 or 7 months. Maybe he was just a little naive to the process, but he wanted to take some visits, and he opened up that recruitment. So if you just started following recruiting in, say, February, you may not know that Jared Curtis was committed. Now, that was 13 months ago. So fast forward to today, Georgia is still battling Oregon for the commitment of Jared Curtis, and we're going to find out next week, Cinco de Mayo, if Curtis will ultimately be a duck or a dog. Let me know what you guys think. All right, Oregon, they've been hit with a couple major losses. So next week's decision for Jared Curtis takes on even more importance because of what happened with Jonas Williams. Remember Williams? He was a top 10 quarterback from Frankfort Heights, Illinois, and he committed to Oregon briefly before finding an even better fit with the rival USC Trojans. There's been a lot of highs for Oregon recruiting, but there has been some blows delivered specifically by USC. Besides Williams, the Trojans also flipped prize defensive lineman Tom Tapui, while 5-star offensive tackle Cody Green, he flipped to Washington. Didn't really see that one coming. I mean, he plays at Mater Dei, but he's originally from Seattle, so maybe that's why he decided to flip to Washington. But that was definitely a hit that Oregon recruiting didn't see coming. So like I said, there's been highs, there's been lows. It's been a roller coaster. I mean, hey, the Ducks have had the number 1 class in America, currently sitting inside the top 10 at number 7 right now, but they'll have a chance at number 1 because over the next 2 weeks, you got Jared Curtis, number 1 quarterback. You got Jackson Cantwell making his decision, number 1 offensive tackle, and Oregon's right there for both of them. What do you think? Can Oregon pull it off? All right, we've also seen some quarterbacks on the move. We've already seen Jared Curtis and Jonas Williams come off their early commitments, but there's been even more movement at the quarterback position. Quarterback Brady Smigel, he's a top 10 passer, originally committed to Florida State, but after the season, Florida State switched OCs and Smigel put himself back on the market. Then just last week, big decision for Smigel. He committed to the Michigan Wolverines. Yes, from Florida State to Michigan. And one more quarterback I got to hit on. We'll be talking about him in the weeks and months to come. It's Landon Duckworth. He's from Jackson, Alabama, and he was an early commitment to South Carolina. Got a lot of interest, reopened his recruitment a couple months ago now. Ole Miss, FSU, Georgia, those are some of the teams that are chasing him. And after Jared Curtis comes off the board, all eyes will focus in on Landon Duckworth. So lots of movement so far at quarterback, but I think there's going to be more to come. All right, Texas A&M and USC have been doing the poaching. There have been 2 teams doing the most poaching we've seen early in this cycle, and one shouldn't be a surprise because, well, they're one of the hottest teams on the recruiting trail this cycle, but the other might be a surprise to you. Battling for the number 1 spot in the rankings all year has been the USC Trojans, and one of the reasons why they've been so hot is their ability to flip top recruits from rival programs. Guys like Jonas Williams, Tom Tapui, Usun Tafa, they've given USC recruiting a huge jolt early on, but guess what? Trojans aren't done. Expect more fireworks this summer as things heat up for USC. Now, Texas A&M is the other program that's been eyeing others' prized recruits. They flipped running back Jonathan Hatton from Oklahoma early on. Top 100 prospect committed to Illinois. Victor Singleton didn't stand a chance. A&M flipped him, and they're working on a big one right now. On3's number 1 linebacker, Isaiah Williams. He's committed to the Florida Gators, but he's already had 3 other commitments. So who's to say Isaiah Williams doesn't make a 5th commitment and the Aggies are chasing? It has been a wild first few months of the 2026 cycle, and things are only going up from here. Who do you think will be the big flip that everybody's talking about this summer? Let me know. Comment section below.